Hello everyone. Can you believe it? We're here to disassemble a perfectly good and working computer. But that's how we learn, and that's how we're going to practice becoming the best IT professional. Let's get started on disassembly. To begin, I'm going to power off the computer. Then I'm going to disconnect the power cable from the power supply. Commonly, we like to depress the power button and hold it down for a little bit longer. That'll get rid of any excess power on the system. On the back of the computer, now we can remove all these video and audio cables, mice, and keyboard. Also, I'll unplug my network cable as well. Network cable, mouse, keyboard. I can remove the audio cable, and then even my video connector. The computer is completely unplugged, and now we're going to lay it on its side, and we're going to get to the internals. So remove the mouse and keyboard to make it easy. When I get the computer on its side, I can remove the screw on the back. You can either do this by hand or use a screwdriver if you need. Then we can slide the case cover off. We'll start again on the inside. With my case opened up and laying on its side, we get to start with our hard drive. My solid state hard drive is mounted right here. We're going to zoom in on that and we're going to disassemble. First, what we're going to do is take off the SATA power connector, which is right here. We can safely pull that straight back and disconnect. Then we have the SATA data connector, which I can also pull and disconnect. At this time, I can now unscrew that hard drive and we can pull it right out of there. I'll take that corresponding screwdriver with the correct bit and we'll remove these screws that are holding it on. With the first screw removed, we can hold it up so it doesn't drop. We can take out the next screw that's holding it in. Commonly, your hard drives will have 4 screws to remove, but for the sake of recording, I've got 2. Hard drive is out, and the screw is removed. So at this point, we're going to continue on and we're going to do the optical disk drive. The optical disk drive is up here at the top of my case. So we'll zoom in on that next and we'll remove it. So let's continue on and remove this optical drive. Now this is the best view we're going to get in this tight space. We've got the power supply here. We've got the optical drive right next to it. So what we're going to do here is remove the SATA power connector from our optical drive, which is this one. I can grab it with my fingers right there and pop it out. And right behind that, we have the smaller SATA data connector. So I'm going to remove that as well. So just grabbing it and pulling it straight out as well. So the power and the data is now disconnected from this SATA optical disk drive. We've got a couple things to get it out though. Number one is I've got 2 screws, which you can see one here and one here, that we need to remove. So we'll remove those 2 screws. As we're removing these 2 screws, I want you to think about something. The power supply is right behind this optical drive. And we've got this optical drive that was screwed in. Which way is this optical drive going to go to get out of our case? Is it going to go back into the power supply? Or are we going to have to pull this thing out the front? That's the conversation that you got to have when you work on these cases. So for us, screws are out. Optical drive is ready to go nowhere. What we need to do is turn this case so the front is facing up, and we need to pop off the front plastic of our case. Let's do that next. So that optical drive needs to move. It's not going anywhere, it's not going back, and it's not going forward. So what we need to do is pop off the front plastic part of our case. I've got 3 of these over here, and there's 3 on the other side. I'll show you this. All I do is pull them up. As I pull them up, I can push that case forward, and I can pop off this front cover. And now, ding, when the thing is popped off, what I can do is take this optical drive, and I'm going to push it from the back. Look at that. It's going to slide right out for me. Optical drive out. Let's continue on and go through more components of disassembly.